Talk a little bit about playing with Tiger and Phil. It's something, you know, we all wonder, you know, what would it be like to play golf and a pairing with either one of those two? Give us a little bit of your experiences.
It's, you know, probably what you think it is. It's chaotic. People are everywhere. They don't care who you are. And Phil and Tiger both embrace that, and they try to do a really good job of protecting the guys that they play with. And Tiger was especially, you know, understanding of that. As we were second to last group Saturday at Memorial last year. You know, we're both, you know, 2 or 3 back to the lead, but I mean, you're still with Tiger on Sunday, Jack's tournament, and you know, a lot of different going on, especially where Tiger's had a ton of success. And you know, he held up groups, he yelled at people, you know, that really weren't bothering him at all, but more or less kind of getting in my way. And it was a cool experience to kind of feel like he had my back a little bit in terms of, you know, he was trying to give me my best opportunity to play well. And you know, I learned a lot, especially as far as from him, was because we both shot 74 that day, and we're walking up the last hole, and I said, you know, what are we thinking for tomorrow? He said, you shoot 500 tomorrow, I'll see you in a playoff. I was like, what? We're like 6 back of the lead at this time. And he said, you shoot 500 tomorrow, I'll see you in a playoff. He said, 8 under will win. And I just, for a guy that had played as bad as we played, or as bad as I'd played that day, just to have the confidence to predict something like that. And he birdied 18 to shoot 6 under and win by 2. And I saw him 2 weeks later, and I was like, man, it's funny how you do that. He's like, I've done this a few times. And, you know, so you just learn you're never out of it. And, you know, as poorly as he played on Saturday, you know, he came out there and put on a stripe show on Sunday and got out there and fully believed in his heart that, you know, his prediction was going to be correct, and he had made a putt on the last hole to beat his prediction by 1.
All right, how about playing with Phil?
My first experience with Phil was not the greatest. He kind of got a questionable ruling there in the midst of the round, and you know, kind of threw everything off, so he was kind of to himself. But my last opportunity, we played in the final group, or second to final group there at Memphis a few weeks ago. We had a chance to win, and man, he could not have been more enjoyable to play with. You know, I didn't really have very high expectations. You know, we were both 3 or 4 back going in the day, and I played great, and hadn't really missed a shot, hadn't made a bogey, and we got to the 15th hole, and I'd hit it in a sodded area that supposedly had been there for a month, and supposedly, and had not been marked ground under repair, nor was I on the side seam. We tried to get relief. The rules official, you know, pretty much said no go, and you know, the whole entire golf course was firm and fast, and it was kind of like hitting out of wet mud and ended up hitting the water and make a double. And Phil goes to the rules official on the next hole and just basically, you know, hey, you know, that was y'all's fault. And, you know, I was playing great, and it was just unfortunate to have a break like that. But to have him feel like he had my back and understand that, you know, it was just a tough break. And he was super encouraging at the end of the day as far as telling me I was playing great and this and that. And, you know, to have relatively low expectations, I came out really respecting the guy, especially feeling like he had my back out there in terms of, you know, when things didn't necessarily go my way.